Hello, how are you? Welcome if this is your first time, and thank you if you are subscribed and are coming back for another episode on how to become a functional adult since nobody teaches how. My name is Wasakaka, and today I'm going to talk about the pizza theory or how to eat your problems in slices. In this video, I want to share with you what is my pizza theory to achieve everything that you propose. And before starting, answer this question. You have been overwhelmed because you have a goal to meet at work or a personal project that don't know where to start? Well, this pizza theory is nothing more than an analogy to other problem solving methods that may sound a bit more complicated. Personally, I have a hard time starting a new project regardless of how complex it may seem at the beginning. To speed up the process and feel more comfortable with myself, I always repeat to myself, how do you eat a pizza? In slices. Imagine that you bake a pizza at home. As soon as it comes out of the oven with your favorite ingredients and all warm, how do you eat it? Did you take the whole pizza with your hands and start to bite randomly? Most likely, the answer will be no. The most common is to cut the pizza into smaller pieces, triangles that you can manipulate with one hand, or slice it. But why do we do it? The whole pizza could break due to its weight, and you have the risk of everything falling apart in your floor, on the table, ruin the pizza. So breaking it into slices allows you to take each one with your hand. Is easier to put it in your mouth, less risk of dropping everything, and it's easier to share, etc. Now that you have this mental image of how to eat pizza, you will ask me what this has to do with the problem that you have in your life right now. I'm going to tell you about a personal problem that I solved using this technique and how I apply each analogy in this way. I hope that you can also apply the pizza theory technique to your personal problems and projects. What was my problem? My field of work is increasingly moving away from design and is more focused on management. So I wanted to study and train in something that keeps me current and updated, especially now that I am over 40. Well, my pizza was this big problem of getting a degree at 40. This pizza was made of a series of ingredients or doubts that were nothing more than the questions that keep me freeze in panic for a couple of weeks. For example, where will I study? How much is it going to cost me? Where I'm going to get the time? I should specialize in something that I already know, or study something from scratch, or deciding to study something for my job. So, is this going to help me professionally? So, I reacted and said to myself, I eat this problem like a pizza. So, I break my pizza into slices on how to get my degree after 40. After breaking my pizza in slices, I assigned a priority to each question. Or in other words, I decided which one of the portions I will eat before and which one I will leave for later. The first slice of pizza, or in other words, the first thing that I did was to decide what I wanted to study. I started here since it made no sense to worry about where to study or how much it would cost if I didn't know the what I wanted to study. Now that I had a smaller slice of pizza, I had to focus on decide if I wanted to continue studying design, finishing my engineering degree that I have left like 20 years ago, or something else related to my current job. Here, the decision was relatively easy. I didn't feel that like doing a full degree in design because I could update with courses finishing my engineering degree after consulting with some universities. They told me that it would take me maybe 6 up to 8 years, and I didn't have so much time to study. I didn't want to spend that much time studying. So I kind of had the decision already made. So I will study something related to my job, which wasn't it's not going to be necessarily designed, that would take me at the most 2 years to finish. I personally decided to study a master degree related to project management, innovation, or entrepreneurship. Now, moving on to the second slide, it was how much is this going to cost me? The answer was kind of simple because I was clear about my top budget. I also didn't want to ask for a loan, so I went to the next piece of pizza that was presented to me by itself, and this one, where I'm going to study. Well, knowing the subject that I wanted to study and the budget that I had, it was really easy for me to search for universities and business institutes that had a degree in subjects that I wanted and in the price range that I had established. This part consumed me a lot of time, mostly because I invest myself in reading the curricula of all the universities I called and also seeing the administrative processes that I have to be enrolled in the university. So I narrowed down my selection to two possible business institutes with their own degrees that offer a master in innovation, one for 1 year, the other for 2 years, in which I could enroll without problems and in my price range. So tell me something. Do you like this episode so far? Then don't forget to subscribe and activate notifications to know when I upload a new video on the channel. Remember, you can also enjoy my content in Spanish and watch me playing on my Twitch channel. So, going back to the video. Well, seeing that I had already eaten 3 large slices of pizza and that I only had one more to finish, I even feel encouraged and motivated to finish and continue with the next and the last one. This fourth piece, where am I going to get the time to make this master? This was the slice of the pizza that was the most difficult for me to chew because I had to be very honest with myself, define when I wanted to start the master, how much weekly time I would dedicate to it, and why and what I would deprioritize of my routine to be able to finish in the available time. After being honest with myself, I opted for the one master degree that had the best curriculum, in my opinion, and the most flexibility to study online without the obligation to attend virtual classes or to do group works. And that's why, because I knew that I couldn't commit to studying every day or every Saturday for an entire year. I need something flexible enough to uh, get a lot ahead during my vacation time and maybe a bit behind schedule in my most busy season. And now that you have eaten this pizza with me, you ask yourself if this was useful at all. Well, after 6 months of researching and after a year of dedication and discipline, I already finished my master in innovation and entrepreneurship totally online. And during this 2020 that has been kind of hard for some of us. If you want to know more about how I organize my studies or techniques to solve those problems that overcomes you, I invite you to leave a comment at the bottom of the video, subscribe to my channel, and activate notifications for more content such as being a functional adult and not die trying it. So, adios. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channels for much more content. Also, leave your comments in the section down below and keep watching videos from this series or from any of the playlists suggested by YouTube. See ya!